This map first impressions video is brought to you by the Farmer Klein YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another map first impressions video. Today we're going to take a look at Lone Oak Farm 19. This map can be found over at the farmingsimulator.com website or in the in-game mod hub. This map is available for all platforms, and I have to say this is probably one of the most anticipated maps to hit the mod hub in the last several months. It says, let me read the description. It says, welcome to Lone Oak Farm, a real-life replica farm in Oregon, USA. There's full season supports with many extra features. That's right, this map does have a season's mask, and if I am understanding things correctly, in the winter, you're going to see some things show up that typically are not available or seen. In spring, summer, and autumn, you might see other things disappear, show up, depending on the particular time of year and season. There's new grass textures, custom ground textures, custom wheat and barley textures, author of Forgotten Plants, 55 fields with many missions, 3 sell points, BGA, sawmill, and other places. The depth of fields has been removed to improve SPS and distance blurriness, and all credit goes back to Bullet Bill, who was the original map author for this map back in Farm Sim 17. Oxygendavid converted this and brought it back into Farm Sim for Farm Sim 19. So let's go ahead and jump on in. As we do, we're going to disable these mods. We're going to pick the normal mods. We take a look at here. We're going to leave animal pen extension unchecked on this one. That is because all of the animal pens are custom. And with the new animal pen extension update, we can pretty much place the water valve and spout wherever we want. We just need to find it first in the particular animal pen. Now we're loading up the starting equipment, and boy, do you start with an awful lot. I will say we are starting this in new farmer mode, and you'll see the lands here in a moment that we start out with. Here we go. Let's go ahead and take a look at the map. Those of you that played this map in Farm Sim 17 will know the PDA quite well. It is, for all intents and purposes, unchanged from Farm Sim 17, and that is because it is to represent, as close as possible, a real-life area in Oregon. See, the map has all of the standard crops in Farm Sim 19. We also, if we take a look at the lands area, you can see we start out by owning a heck of a lot of land. Now, specifically, we have area 29, 34, 42, 41, 32, and the main farmyard here. And then we basically own the rest of what would typically be the unbuyable area. The unbuyable area is $0 and 0 cents. And the reason we own that is because, well, the horse pasture, the sheep pasture, the pig enclosure are all in that unbuyable area. If you don't own that unbuyable area to start, we're not going to be able to make use of those particular areas. Now, in Farm Manager or Start from Scratch, do not own any of the land, including the free land, but you can pretty much pick the free land up for free and start your farm wherever you wanted. The side effect is you also end up owning all of the forests here on the map for no money at all. Starting farm here is $267,000. We've got the fields 34 at 131, 250,000 for 39, 432,000 for 42, 433 for 41, and 565 for field 32. Big field 50 is $927,000, while little fields like 52 are $41,000, $42,000 for fields 21, and $48,000 for little old field 48. See, there are 3 main sell points on the map that accept most of our grain crops. In addition, we have specific sell points for wool and cotton. For our root crops, we have 2 sell points for eggs and milk. Sawmill accepts wood chips, and we have multiple sell points, including the biogas plant, which we already own. Biogas plant is up here, and it is part of that free land. So we own the biogas plant, the bale sell point, and the Lone Oak Farm barn, all by silage, hay, straw, and grass, exception of biogas plant, which does not accept straw. Here is the list of starting equipment, and like I said, we start out with a fair bit of equipment. All of it is owned, none of it is leased. We do have all of the animal pens. We do not start with any particular animals, and we do have contracts. Yep. So let's go ahead and take a look at the starting equipment. Start out with John Deere tractors with the 6135M and the 8245R. So our tractors range in horsepower from 142 to 290 horsepower. We have the in-game S790 harvester. Includes a 645 FD grain header. We've got the 1978 pickup, Joskins trailer. We have the Titan 18 plow, the Big Amazon cultivator, Porsche Pronto seeder. We have the Metris Kuhn sprayer. We have a weeder here in the Ian Brock Aerostar Rotation 1200. We have the Kuhn GMD 4411 side mower, Bergman forage wagon. We've got the New Holland round baler, header trailer, weight, and of course, the dog. Take a look here at our placeables. You'll see we do not have any custom placeables available to us on this map. It is all stock equipment. If we do fire this game up on Farm Manager or start from scratch, the farm is built out exactly how you see it. We're just missing the vehicles and equipment. I urge you to go ahead and check out the interior of the garage and of the house itself. It has many, many doors that you can open. Some of the side effects with all of these doors is, depending on where the door is, you may have difficulty actually activating the trigger, because whatever trigger you enter first is the trigger that's going to activate. Like, for example, here we have 3 doors that we can open, and the space is pretty confined. So if we walk into here, we're going to open the hallway, the closet door. Pretty much have to get out of all the triggers, come back down in order to open a different door, hopefully, like I said. It's going to be a bit problematic to open the right door. Now, if you take a look here at our F1 menu, you notice we have to actually get over here by the bed in order to get to our sleep option. We can't just walk up to the house. We can't just walk into the house. We actually have to get into here, into the bedroom, and by the bed. This door I had a really hard time getting open when I was trying to look at this map earlier. That is simply the bathroom. If you manage to get that door open, I suggest you leave it open. Here we have kind of the game room, kind of an entertainment, relaxing area. Now the front room, a nice fire going on. Go ahead and come out the front door. Our chickens. We have our food trough. Chicken trigger. And I am assuming that our chicken eggs are going to spawn over here. Not really sure. I'm just guessing on that. I think I guessed incorrectly. Chicken eggs are going to spawn right here by the chicken buy trigger. Then on down here to the cow barn. We have the cow barn. Got our straw and our food trough in here. We go on a wild limb and say this is where our milk trigger is going to be. We have our cattle purchase point here at the door. And then inside here, we have the water trough. Of course, if you are familiar with this map from 17, you know that we have a nice kind of little shack down here. Something I noticed, the barbed wire here, fence, not have a collision on it. It's going to disturb some folks, other folks won't mind. It's the custom wheat texture. Pretty good. Just like the house, we can come down here, go in our little fishing shed, fishing shack. Now if we climb the loft here, can't actually get up in the loft. We kind of fall through the floor, kitchen, and then into the back room. Let's come out here, go to the dock, and just chill. Then on back up here to the farm. You have our manure pit. We have our slurry pit here by our cows. Around the back, we have the silage pit for our cows. We have the grain silo. Here we have our fill out. Then we have our dump point here. Got, check see if this has collision. Indeed it does, as do the rocks. Got some implement and vehicle storage. I believe this might be a water trigger. I want that door open, but it doesn't. Or vehicle and implement storage. Sprayer, side mower. And we have the big machine shed up here. We have the maintenance bay. And then we have our large vehicle storage. Our harvester and our seeder in here. Header trailer, lime station here at the farm. Then we have more vehicle and implement storage around the back here. Then this is the Lone Oak barn bale sell point right here. That pretty much is the starting farm. Let's go ahead and prep for a bit of a flyover. Right? That should do us pretty good. See, we start kind of in the lower right, left center of the map. Now we are basically facing south. Now facing east. North. And then, of course, west. So let's go ahead and I guess do a kind of a clockwise trip, flyover. talk about some of the sell points and other areas of interest that we notice on our trip. Let's bring up the mini map. And something to note, we are pretty much on the map edge right here. Anything to our right is map boundary. Anything to our left is the actual playable map. Shift over here a little bit. Pair of sell points. Appear to have a bit of a flat space here for placeables and whatnot. Again, we're approaching the map edge. Fade back over here. We've got our horse farm over here to our left. The newer sell point. A bit of an interesting little house here, right here in the middle of the field. We have another bale sell point. Then over here to our left, we have the sheep farm. Got the BGA up here and the vehicle shop. Big skylight over the repair bays. Again, we're approaching the map boundary to the north. Let's head on over here to the pig farm. Which is directly in front of us here. There's the main farm there to our left. And here is the pig farm. Going back up here and we'll check out the sawmill. Then we'll head back over to the shop and get on our Mahindra and do a little bit of a drive around. Here we have the sawmill, kind of an interesting setup. We have our wood chip sell point in the back, and then our log sell point there in the front. I'll meet you back at the shop. Here we are at the shop. This is the custom Lone Oak Case IH dealer that was in Farm Sim 17. And I have to say, I think it's showing its age a little bit already. It just looks a bit darker. If maybe the shaders aren't quite right, maybe just the texturing. Same with the road here. Just looks a bit low res when we compare, let's say, this to the clarity of this building over here, or these bins, such. Just feels a bit darker over here on the sunny side of the building. This seems a bit darker. Not sure what's going on with that. Of course, we have our shop trigger, repair bay. Then we have our customize and sell icon here in the back. Go ahead and get our Mahindra. And while we're over here, let's go ahead and check out this grain sell point as well as the BGA. This is one of the big main green cell points here on the map. That is a sturdy, unsturdy steel staircase. Thought there would have been a leg right there for some support, but oh well. Here we have the dump station for this cell point. We're going to have to loop out of this fenced area then to come up here to the biogas plant. Then we have our digestate. I wonder if that is a... No? That's just decoration. The way that was filled, there for a minute I thought that might be like a digestate buy point. Nope. Here we have our in-the-ground digester. Don't really know if we can bring this and dump a trailer into this, or if we're going to have to still use a bucket. And we have our digestate fill right here. There are two PGA bunkers for chaff trigger. That one was this one, and these things are massive. I don't really know how much you're going to get into there, but I suspect it's probably in the 5 or 6 million liter variety. Interesting enough, the animal dealer is up here. Here on top of the hill. We have winter hawks auctions, livestock auctions and exchange. There is the animal trigger inside our building. And then don't go beyond that cotton field, because that is, once again, the map boundary. So let's go ahead and hit up the sawmill. We'll take a look at the pigs, and then we will run down the map. This road here, we've already seen the main farm. Then we'll head over across country. Seriously, car? Check out the pigs, and then we'll loop around and double back. Clearly, these cars do not pay attention for parked traffic. Oxygendavid, Oxygen View, Delbaum Highway. I think those were the signs we had in 17 also. So we'll do this view on our way up the road, and then on our way back, we'll take a little different view of this area. That was kind of an interesting looking house area there. Saw a double set of mailboxes, so that's clearly two different residences. Check and see its fence. Fence is also no collisions. Well, the fence posts, on the other hand, they definitely have collisions, but the barbed wire fence itself is collision-less. Going around here to the sawmill so we can see it from the road. Ian & Sons Lumber Company. Have the log trigger right here at the conveyor belt. We have around the back the wood chip cell point, pretty tight back through here. Let's take this road down to the pig farm. Take a look at that. Here we're at the pig farm. We've got some nice vehicle and implement storage. Got the manure pile. Nice barn. Do have a fuel tank here to provide us fuel. And I believe a water trigger. Do have a tank here that has the liquid fertilizer emblem on it. Look, trigger is more centered on what I am thinking is a water tank. I think the liquid fertilizer tank is simply decoration. Nice barn. You can use this to store all kinds of things. Bales, vehicles, tractors, trucks. We're going to take a look at the pigs. We've got our food trough. Got our water trough. And then we have our pig purchase trigger. We have our slurry pump. And then we actually have what may be... Let's check here. We have what might actually be the straw trigger in that barn. I'm just kind of deducing at that. Yep, it looks like that is the straw trigger. We're at the barn. Down this road here, we do have a nice pond, a nice water source for our pigs also. Pretty nice view. Wonder if these cattails, wonder if they like flower or do anything with respect to the different seasons. Be something interesting to note. Let me know in the comments what you guys see different from spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Let's go ahead and loop back around. Stay in first person until we get to the sheep farm. Okay. Viable grass fields. If you like to play the game in first person view, you like to drive around in this view, so you're going to enjoy what you see. That, for the most part, other than the field directly across the street, that is all map boundary. Grass doesn't look too terrible bad. You have custom grass here on the map. I don't know what Giants did with the Farm Sim 19 Ravenport grass, but that grass looks, well, doesn't look like grass. Let's just say that. Farm. Farm, I'm not really sure. Oh, that goes up. That goes up by the pig farm and the main farm. Farm road goes by the farm. Great sight lines, nice views. I like the various clumps of trees going on there. Looks very realistic. Let's driveway. So here we've got kind of two mailboxes. So we've got 4 sets of mailboxes. Coming back to this interesting residence. Got this fancy gate. Got this fancy gate fence in this kind of entryway, and then, dude, you seriously let your house go? Repaint that thing. Pretty nice area. Of course, in Farm Sim 17, one of the big controversies was that Bullet Bill had names of folks on the mailboxes, and Giants made him take them off. He used names of the testers and other folks that were involved in the development of the map. Well, we don't have names on mailboxes here, but we do have placeable mailbox mod. Just kind of put your own spin on things. Just see, we have a collision on this pole. Oh, we do indeed. Got busted the transmission out of this thing. Alright, so let's go ahead and drive over here. Now, this is the sheep farm. Very nice sheep area, lots of big sheep pasture. Lone Oak Lamb. Then we have water trigger. Got the food trough in here. We've got the water trough in here. Got kind of a modest little barn for small vehicles, small implements. Store bales in here. Much the sheep farm. Let's talk about where you buy your sheep from. How about we do that? You're going to get your sheep. And as far as the wool spawn point, I'm not really sure where the wool spawned in 17 over here. Didn't have a chance to play this map. And I'm not really remembering where folks were seeing their wool pallets that did play the map on YouTube and stuff. Some little field here. Watch out for this traffic. Get you. Here we have another bale silage sell point. Over here. And this green barn. I don't know if I've ever seen a green barn. Just trying to cut through here. A little bit of a shortcut. Make use of the lack of collisions on the barbed wire there. Up here to the horse farm, but before that, let's go ahead and check out the taco stand by Taco Farmer. And they are closed because they are busy nagging map makers on the Giants forum. With that little bit of humor, back here we have the horse area. Water trough, the food trough. Draw trigger is probably going to be over here by the door. We have the green oak woolen mill. This is going to be the sell point for cotton and wool. You got the house, and then you've got kind of their little shop here around the back, where you can also then buy manure. Sell your manure, sorry. This is a sell point. This is to sell excess manure. Then down on this side, kind of the way the map is set up, you got kind of the bigger fields down here to the south. Lone Wolf Pacific Grain Company. And this is the area where we saw in the flyover. It had a bit of a placeable area just north of it. Put down a storage building, put down another sell point, production, whatever you want. Have Hollister root crop cold storage. This is a sell point for our root crops. Hollister stores all of our grains as well as our root crops. Got hung up on the open windows there. Alright guys, well that just about does it for Lone Oak Farm 19. I think the only real big standout that I have that I wished I would have seen different on the map is all of that free buyable land. I know that there was lots of folks that enjoyed playing this map on multiplayer in Farm Sim 17, but having all of this free land for the sheep farm, pig farm, horse farm, all of these forests, really does, in my opinion, this placeable area, really does, in my opinion, preclude this from being a viable multiplayer map, other than doing a big community-style multiplayer, because you can't really divide up your lands. You can't have multiple farms, one that runs the sheep, one that runs the pigs, and one that runs the horses and cows, because the only real viable farm is the cow farm. Wish that was done kind of a little bit different, that you could actually buy different farm areas. And let's conclude up here with the Lone Oak. Guys, let me know in the comments, what do you think of Lone Oak Farm 19? And until next time, happy farming. Be sure to click that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell.